MotorWeek is made possible by RockAuto.com.
All new car makers face a steep uphill battle, and trying to establish a new luxury brand is even harder. But with the automotive landscape currently transitioning from fossil fuel to electric, there's never been a better time to give it a shot. So let us introduce you to Karma Automotive and their striking GS-6. While this 2021 GS-6 may be the first time you've heard of Karma Automotive, it's actually the latest offering from a brand that's been around since 2015. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, that looks and sounds familiar, you're onto something. So a little history is in order. Karma Automotive formed from what was left of Fisker Automotive, whose only product was, you guessed it, the Karma. Fisker was, of course, founded by Heinrich Fisker, former design director at Aston Martin, and when at BMW before that, worked on the Z8 and first X5. So what we see here in the GS-6 is a highly evolved version of the original Fisker Karma plug-in hybrid, having also been known as the Revero when Karma Automotive first launched. The current Revero GT will be redesigned, moving upmarket. After picking up this GS-6 for our exclusive first drive, we hit the highway and found the ride to indeed be luxury car smooth and well composed. But on curvy roads, after engaging sport mode, the car really came alive. It's very responsive, though the steering does feel artificially heavy at times. Regardless of speed or road surface, the GS-6 remained very quiet, especially in stealth mode, which of course means operating as a full EV. Yes, this advanced plug-in hybrid beauty is rated for 61 miles of pure EV driving. With a full tank of gas, you'll get over 300 total, which brings us to powertrain talk. While the GS-6 is a plug-in hybrid vehicle, it's more precisely a pure EV with a range-extending gas engine that acts as a generator. Think Chevrolet Volt or more recently, the BMW i8. And speaking of BMW, they are the source of the range extender engine. It's a 1.5-liter i3 turbo that combines with a pair of rear-mounted electric motors to produce a total output of 536 horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque, all to the rear wheels. When the engine kicks in, it's mostly seamless except for some enhanced exhaust noise from the car's speakers, typical for vehicles with this type of system. Engine noise doesn't always correlate to throttle inputs, so it takes some getting used to. With a full battery, acceleration is near instantaneous, getting to 60 in 4.5 seconds. That alone is reason enough to keep the battery charged. Charging only takes about 4 hours on level 2. Now, we've had mixed results with fast charging over the years, but got 50 miles added to the GS-6, which is almost a full charge in only 20 minutes. Having a motor dedicated to each rear wheel acts as a torque vectoring differential, varying power distribution to aid its already fine handling. Getting in and out of the car is a little challenging due to the ultra-low seating position and tight door openings, but your efforts are rewarded with an interior that's equal parts sporty and luxurious. A full digital gauge display and steering wheel with sometimes tricky-to-operate touch controls lends a nice techie vibe. Paddles behind the wheel are not shifters as there's no real transmission. The right one adjusts between 3 levels of regen braking while the left one selects drive modes. The actual shifter is a push-button pod in the console. It's simple enough to use and smartly befits the car. The center screen looks great and is easily reached for its touch controls. We're not in love with having to use a touchscreen for things like side mirror adjustments and HVAC, but at least it's easy to navigate. There's a limited amount of legroom for 2 passengers in the rear, with a control console in between. But the tight confines are a small price to pay for the extraordinarily gorgeous sheet metal presented here. The GS-6 is a looker for sure. Its smooth face and exaggerated hips are well incorporated into a very fluid shape, tightly draped over the chassis. 21-inch wheels are standard, carbon fiber trim a $2,200 option. Our test car's blue brake calipers optional as well. The overall build and fit and finish of the car is quite good. It's not over-the-top luxurious, but certainly feels like a high-quality piece of machinery. Plus, Karmas are assembled in Moreno Valley, California. Government fuel economy ratings are 26 combined, 70 combined for the MPGE, rating a much better than average energy impact score, just 2.8 barrels of yearly oil use with 1.2 tons of CO2 emissions. GS-6 pricing starts at $85,700. Our luxury tester at $95,700. Karma has plans to eventually go fully electric, starting with the GS-6, which arrives later this year with a starting price of $81,700. Looks like what goes around truly does come around, with the very appropriately named 2021 Karma GS-6. Whether you look at it as a carryover from Fisker or a placeholder until Karma goes fully electric, it's a stunning automobile that turns heads wherever it rapidly goes.